All right, guys, back again for another episode of The Mix Behind the Mic. Back with our co-host, Keith DeAngelis. Keith, welcome back, my guy.
Nice to see you, Harry. How's everything going?
Exciting. It's 48 hours away from Halloween, and I don't have an outfit for my kid yet, so we got a long day ahead
Does
of
he
us.
know what he wants to be, or?
Well, real quickly, it's one of them things where in the past he's changed his mind 100 times, so we're never going to buy it too early again, and now we
Gotcha.
decided that we're going to do it the week before, and then life happens and we wind up doing a bunch of last minute stuff on Saturday. It never happened, and now it's Wednesday and we're 48 hours away.
Where do you typically go for your Halloween costumes? My kids are grown now, but when they were younger, we would go to Party City.
It's funny because I was already thinking that we live in two separate worlds,
Yeah.
as you have practically grown children and mine's 5 going on 6. So, it's a little different. It was all these different things, and now it's solid. At least we're solid 48 hours away. He wants to be a vampire.
A vampire.
But when you think of vampire, and when I think of vampire, we think of
Twilight with the
fangs.
sparkles?
Wait, what?
Twilight, the sparkle vampires?
It's
I'm joking. They're not vampires.
Okay.
Sorry for Twilight fans. I'm sorry. That's not what a vampire does.
The depressing thing is that, oh my God. So when I think of vampire, when he says, Dad, I want to be a vampire, I'm
Yeah.
like, I think of the fangs and
Blood.
the cape and the blood
Yeah.
and the white shirt.
I feel it.
And he likes this show that he watches that's like pretty much Twilight of high school kids.
Twilight.
And I don't even know what it's called. And I'm just like, how do you dress up as these kids? And it's just, I don't know. So I showed him the fangs and the cape, and he was like, oh no, not that. And I was like, what do you mean not that? I was like, I was all in. I was going to do it with you. But that's going to be my Friday. And you're doing a wedding Friday.
I was about to say,
you have adult children. You're working Halloween.
My wife's working the wedding with us too.
That's exciting.
She's the photo booth. We're hanging out on Halloween still. She loves Halloween. I don't hate it. How do you feel about Halloween as far as your ranking of holidays?
We're not talking anything wedding related, right?
No, just
Okay.
just in general.
I think Halloween's up there for me for holidays. I actually had a conversation this morning where I'm not a fan of Thanksgiving for whatever reason.
Really? I love
I
Thanksgiving.
don't know why. I just don't care.
I love
My
it.
kid's birthday's on Thanksgiving this year, and
Yeah.
we've been going away and doing things on his birthday ish on Thanksgiving because we're just not big fans.
Gotcha.
But how do you feel about Halloween weddings, considering Halloween's Friday and you're
Here's a
working
good question for you. This is a good one. All right, maybe for the internet as well. Halloween wedding. Should you have people dressing up, or do you just keep it classy, normal wedding attire? My opinion, personally, I think if you're having a wedding on Halloween, I kind of think that maybe you should let loose a little bit and get out there, let people dress up, kind of at the very least, the masquerade kind of like mask or something. I feel like there has to be something to just have a normal wedding on Halloween. I think is kind of like you're missing a chance, an opportunity.
So I'm excited for us to circle back on this because we have 4 weddings on Friday, Halloween, and I only know of one of them that is all out costume-ish for the wedding. Being that I've been doing this 20 years, it's been on the weekends a couple times for me. I have done multiple weddings on Halloween. I've done all out dress ups. I've done absolutely normal as it can be. And I think my personal preference is I definitely think you have to have something corporate. I think you hit the nail.
Right?
I think you hit the nail on the head. I think, and even if it's like the couple providing it at the table when they come in, as it's like a mask ball or something.
The one I was at last week had
for everyone.
Every table had masks on it.
So,
I think they were going for the masquerade. One guy had a Jason mask. I wish I had a video of him drinking his drink through the Jason mask hole, like the straw through the hole. It was kind of funny.
Here's the thing.
He was the groom.
I just feel like when you get an invitation in the mail, and I mean, let's just take it all the way back from there. Is the save the date just a fallish thing? And they see Halloween, their first thought is like, are we dressing up? I don't, and sometimes a lot of things will say like invitation to follow. So then it'll have the details. But I think 7 out of 10 immediately assume it's some sort of costume if it's on Halloween night.
I feel it.
But here's another thing. Does it downplay the ambiance, the I like that you said masquerade because
Right.
I was going to say high end, and masquerade ball,
It's a
if you
little bit
will, seems
kind of
high
high
end to
end,
me.
right?
But do you want someone like painting their face and like how do you have a
It's
classy?
like, do you say like
All right, so let me give you an example.
costumes, but we do not want face paint? It's almost like
Well,
it's like a must playlist, like a do not playlist, like no Pitbull, no face paint.
oh my gosh. When I tell you the video that you guys are going to watch right here, right now, I have a video vividly that I can remember from my last Halloween that I'd done. I can picture two videos. One, I can visualize the groom drawing chops on my face as I had a big afro and just had some chops. But the video that I want you to put here is I took a video of the ceremony, and I can picture Uncle Fester and Randy Savage as two of the people there.
Right.
So picture them two people, for example, at your wedding.
And I was about to say, how often do you have a chance to have
Right,
Randy
Uncle Fester
Savage
and so
at your
like I
wedding?
said, there's I see both sides, but I just I almost don't understand of 52 weekends
Right.
a
Like if you're
year.
choosing that one,
Right. If you're
then
choosing
not.
that date, now, is it your anniversary? You guys been together 5 years and somehow he proposed on, cool. Like, okay, I get it.
I understand.
But like for the most part, I think some people like whether it's a dress up or just love Halloween time, they want to go to Salem and their whole house is decorated.
We almost went to Salem this year. Not even joking.
I hope
My wife
that
loves it.
we're recording this and now this is going to bite me in the ass one day. But like I said it, someone was telling us a story and I'm like, next year we are going to Salem in October. Like we're doing.
We almost did it. We looked it up. It's very expensive to stay in Salem at this time.
My kid got on the bus this morning and we were talking to a dad. And Amanda was like, "Oh, how was Salem?" And he was like, "It was awesome." And then he's like, "Actually, let me rephrase that. It was awesome, but note to self, never go the week before Halloween." And I'm like, "Well, that kind of makes
I mean, I
sense
feel like
too."
that's when you would want to go, though.
Right, exactly. Like you don't want to go there
It's
in
tough,
July.
right.
So, are we ready to dive in a little bit more?
Yeah,
I feel
let's
like
do it.
actually I love the kind of convo about the Halloween thing because it makes great
Yeah,
talk about it.
And
Like,
it's that time of year right now.
I
I
can't
don't know
wait
if we're
for
on or
I
off
can't
right
wait
now,
for the
but
video
we're just.
that I have. It's like
I
I wish I could picture more people. I just picture Randy Savage and Uncle Fester. So I'll let you take this one because the table numbers.
Okay.
So something I think you saw this recently at
Yes.
a wedding.
Yeah.
So, people are always doing things different, and this probably was a TikTok, Instagram thing that someone saw one day and people started running with it. But take the lead.
So this new trend, probably going around all the social medias and all that stuff, is each table has pictures of the couple when they were that age. So, for example, table 1 has pictures when they were 1, table 2 when they were 2, so on and so forth,
All the way to
up.
17, if you will.
I mean, however many tables you have, yeah. But I have a bunch of like video and some pics and clips of it that I took just in case we did talk about this because I figured we would, and I thought it was a great idea. I think it's cool, it's cute. You see them, like it's just you get the vibe of them, like if it's just a really cool little thing I think to give your guests and yourself at your wedding.
I mentioned this to our office manager, Mary, that we were going to talk about this today. And her immediate response was like, "Oh my God, I love when they do that."
Yeah.
I think it's cool. It's different. Again, it's one of them things where it's just something outside the box that's kind of cool that maybe people haven't seen.
Right.
But this is also where it's like, are these things that are cool for 1 year and you never see it again? Which I also think
I feel like this could be an off and on thing for a while. Like it's one of those things where
That
like some
comes
people are
back.
going to do it, some people don't. Some people are like, I don't care about it.
right.
I also wonder if it's like, I saw it there. Was it something that they wanted to do? So here's another question, I guess, also, right? is it something that they wanted to do and were hell bent on, they were going to get it done, or was it something that they had a coordinator and they said, hey, we can do this, this is an idea, and they were like, oh, that's cute, yeah, we'll get you the pictures. Like sometimes I feel like it kind of goes like that, right? You have a coordinator, they have some ideas, they throw them out to you and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, let's try that. Or did they see it on Pinterest or one of those things
Right.
and we're like, I'm doing this, I need this in my life. So
Fair.
you never know.
And this also goes back to when Harry's running the show in 20 years. He's going to be like, there's this new thing where people are taking
I'm
pictures
going to be
of
like, we did
themselves
that
as
in
big.
2025.
That's my point. Like that's the crazy part where that will really
All the
probably
comments
happen.
on the TikToks then
Right.
are going to be like, we did this in 2025, not new.
Right.
Just
in
like
2045 when my kid's running this.
Right.
Exactly. So here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
We're in business 20 years this coming January. And it goes without saying that we didn't get here without making some mistakes along the way. And I've been debating on, let me go back. When I'm in consults, I probably say 5 times that I'm super blunt, honest, and transparent. And I decided that today's going to be the day that we're going to do it on the pod.
We're going to be transparent and blunt.
Yeah. So, going back to like, it's not all sunshines and roses sometimes, but is that a thing? Sunshines and rainbows? What is that?
I think Sunshine and Roses works, right?
I feel like I
There
messed
might
that up.
need to be some water in
Yeah,
there.
you're
too.
gonna cut this, but so I think maybe sometimes even when we have guests, I think if they're open to it, and we'll ask them before I put them on the spot, but like, what's one of your most embarrassing or mess ups that you've had in
I like
your
that.
career? And to be honest with you, there's a couple different things I've seen on the internet lately that I was like, wow, I'm shocked they posted this because that's like real and raw and whatnot.
It's what the internet likes. Real and raw
Now,
is a huge.
is it for clicks? Is it for there's multiple variables of the reasoning behind posting it. But for me specifically, I generally say this in my consults as well, because I think the DJ and MC team is so massive at every wedding. And a story that I tell people is this. So picture this. You're at a wedding, 150 guests. We're going to open up the dance floor soon, but we just got to cut the cake. So here I am. This is probably 12, 15 years ago. So we'll say I'm 26 years old, newer in the wedding business, and I get on the mic and I say, okay, everybody, let's come on over here and watch our bride and groom cut the cake. All is well, right?
Yeah.
Well, part of the two-man show is that the MC's sole job is to make sure that everyone is accounted for when we do any kind of special things. So imagine Harry by himself, no MC assistant, just me, makes the announcement, hey, everybody, let's come around and gather and watch our bride and groom cut this cake. And the photographer's going number 2 in the bathroom.
Oh, my God.
And now there's 100 people standing around the cake for what seems like 7 hours to me. Because,
so did you make them wait for them? Obviously, did you need?
Well, at this point, it was like probably 90 seconds. Someone told me that they were in the bathroom, discreetly. And again, just me standing at the cake, had some background music on, ran over and said, actually, I realistically, I don't remember this part. I like blacked out because it was so,
It sounds like a blackout moment.
I was mortified, but it's one of them things where this is stuff people don't talk about. People make simple kind of mistakes all the time like this. And it's something I take to the grave, if you will. And it's something I'll never forget, but it's probably one of my most embarrassing moments within the
To be honest with you, though, that's how we grow. Like, right? Like you're never going to make that mistake again, right?
Fact.
Ever. And it made you better in the long run.
Realistically, it sucked. Like, again, mortified. But their intros, their first dance, their parent dances, their speeches, everything went off without.
Right. I think if
this was something that happened right before we opened up the dance floor. Everything.
How long ago was this?
Literally 12, 15 years.
They don't even do now. Most of the time, they don't even do it now.
Right.
Cutting
Exactly.
now.
But
it's all silent.
It's one of them things that when we started the MCs, just as it was almost more of I brought another body to assist and train to be able to do them themselves. I just realized having two people and having someone specifically be a mic guy, hype guy, etc.,
I love the
and the
two-man
DJ.
team. Obviously, I do it. I'm one of the two-man teams a lot, so I'm going to love it. But let me throw this back at you real
Sure.
quick. And this has the possibility of, maybe something. Um, New trend, silent cake cuttings versus announced. How do you feel about that? The new trend of like everyone's doing silent now, right? Like I'd say most are silent. Maybe 2 out of 10 are announced at this point. Maybe 3 out of 10
I was
that
going
I've
to say
seen.
75%. So
75% silent,
7 out of
right?
10, whatever. Yeah, sure.
So what's your thought process? You like the announced or you like the non-announced?
If you've been listening to this for 10 episodes now that we're on, every listener already knows my answer and I'm of course for this.
Silent,
But
you
wait,
mean, right?
let's take this a step further.
Wait,
And
to clarify.
yes, just to clarify, I want them to be silent.
Okay.
But let's take this a step further because I was working a wedding this past weekend, and I outed myself because so much has changed over the years, and things that I used to enjoy or things that I thought I exceeded at. I don't
You're
even know how to
becoming the
explain this.
Grinch. You don't even like Thanksgiving.
Wait. But here's the thing. I used to, when I tell you, I know my spiel is verbatim
Yeah.
kind of for some stuff. Whenever I used to do cake cutting 10 years ago, I I can't believe we haven't brought this up in 10 episodes yet. My exact phrase used to be this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, come on over and watch our bride and groom cut this cake. When they start, cutting it with the maitre d', I always get on the mic. Again, let's clarify, this is 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I used to always get on the mic and I always said, all right, ladies and gentlemen, if you want this exchange of the cake to be cute and romantic, make some noise. People clap, if you will.
I like this.
And then I said, if you want this to be a UFC cage match, make some noise. And people literally used to go insane. And then I also realized that some brides hated my guts afterwards because I got smashed in the face and didn't want it. So, but full circle again, if I saw someone do that today, I would cringe so hard thinking that's
You're
corny.
just doing what you did.
Right. The way I used to do it.
I still think it's good. Hearing it for the first time, but I will say this. The problem with that is, and just from dealing with a lot of the brides and doing this, some of them want it silent, want it quick. And the ones that do want it announced, I think sometimes they don't want it to be smashed. They have makeup that they've done. There's a lot of things.
Factor. But here's the thing. The number one factor of this we didn't talk about, intros, first dance, parenting speeches. I love one of my favorite moments of an entire wedding as an MC is going up to the couple immediately following first dance, parent dances, intros, speeches, etc. And literally not high-fiving them, but giving them the green light of all the hard stuff's over. It's time to party. The spotlight is off you. More importantly, the spotlight is off of you. And then 20 minutes later, I'm just kidding. Let's gather everyone around. Let's get the photo and video team, and let's put you on the spotlight again for you to cut the cake and whatnot. So I think it's more about the getting out of the spotlight and it just being a party is one of the most important reasons why I feel like I like it that. But you can also flip it and say some people do things differently. They get everybody to the dance floor to cut the cake, or are they bringing the cake out to the dance floor? And then boom, we open up the dance floor and everybody's already on the dance floor. That's something I've always done. If we are cutting the cake, we are announcing it, I should say. But I think
I want it to be announced. I want it announced. I want cake smashing. I truly do. Well, I don't know if I need the cake smashing, but if they're down for it, playful cake smashing. Not where it's in the whole face and it's crazy. There's a perfect amount of playful smashing where you're
she takes a little something and throws it on his nose. Right. Honestly, I'm still for the girl smashing the guy in the face.
Can you imagine what me and Nadine did at our wedding? I'm pretty sure she destroyed my face with cake.
Really?
I can remember. I might even have a picture of it somewhere. It was a million years ago.
That'll go viral. Please get your 1989 wedding picture.
There was no video. 2004.
2004. That
feels like a millennium.
I was in college. Wow. I'm excited that we're only 10 weeks in. I didn't expect us to have some of the views that we're getting, which shouts out to anyone
Shout out to
listening
anyone that's listening and watching and
watching
liking.
our stuff. But, we got a 1.6 mil, and I was like, ooh, got excited. And then we posted one recently that
Eliminating dinner.
eliminating dinner.
Right.
So, I want to follow up on this for a part 2 of eliminating dinner, if you will. And I don't think I realized how many comments we were going to get. And before we get into it, I also think that we sit here and talk, and we're from the Philadelphia market area, coming to you live from South Jersey, ironically right now. But when we talk about weddings in the Philly, South Jersey, occasionally North Jersey area that we're doing stuff. But I'm never thinking that as we're doing this pod, we're reaching out to people across the country, let alone the world.
Right.
And this particular topic of eliminating dinner at weddings apparently is massive in the South.
Massive.
And so many
They don't even have
people-
dinner. They're
so many
claiming.
people. Shout out to everyone in New Orleans. Nolans. But, so many people specifically that said they're from New Orleans said that this is the norm there.
Right.
They don't do dinner. It's a bunch of butlered hors d'oeuvres and stations. And it's just like almost unheard of to have a sit-down dinner. And, I've always heard stories, I listen to other pods, videos, etc., about how things are different in the Northeast in the country for weddings than anywhere else in the country. And I always took that as we're the best, or like Philly, New York, like, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
that.
Well, when you're from that area, of course you're going to think it's the best. But when you look at it, like,
I mean,
there's differences, right?
again, if you think major cities, areas, Miami, LA, etc.
Yeah.
Like, okay, different markets like can be comparable. Like, anyone listening in Idaho is not getting the same experience as a Philly wedding, if you will. But I just don't think I even fathom the idea. Like, I started writing some notes down when we did the last pod talking about this great idea. And again, people love calling us out that, this is not a new trend. It's been
fork
happening
and
for
walk?
years. Yeah, did you look it up?
No.
I meant to.
I wish
I saw that.
I
but
would-
I don't know what it was.
Yeah. I mean, apparently it has a name.
But I love everything about it. But when we did it the last time, I simply talked about, getting rid of dinner, butlered hors d'oeuvres, eating a bigger meal during cocktail, and it just go into formalities in a party. What I didn't think about the concept, and this again goes back to some of the comments that people made, is a florist made a comment like, well, I hate this idea because what about flowers and the centerpieces?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And we talked about eliminating some tables.
I kind of feel like you still have to have the tables. Like, as much as people were talking about it a lot on there, and a lot of people were saying we need a place to sit, you
So
can still have the tables.
here's the
right.
thing. Yes and no. So if you're not having a sit down dinner, let's just say 200 people, even round number, 10 to a table, 20 tables, right? Good math. So if that's your standard and that's the norm, why are we having 20 tables with 10 at a head, having seats? If it's more, I also think this is more social. I feel like you don't sit down and, sit at a table for an hour and a half with people for all these things. Now, there are some variables where in my perfect world of how I envision this being so great and the new era is if it's 200 people, there's probably 7 or 8 tables.
Right.
And, I'll get to this in a second where we potentially eliminate the seating charts. That's another cost or thing you have to do to prepare for your wedding.
Right.
But realistically, I think it's something that it's predominantly for your older guests. I think if they're saving money on, now again, we just said flowers and centerpieces. We didn't talk about tables, chairs, linens, silverware. I don't know. Every venue is different as far as what
you
they
get.
pay for, what's
Right.
included or whatnot. So there's that. But then I also flip it on, at no point do we want this to be a bar mitzvah when I say furniture, but more nightclub-ish when I say furniture.
Right.
And realistically, this newer age of weddings with cold sparks and CO2 guns and the live musics with the DJ and all this stuff, it is more clubby nightlife
Right.
vibes. So my thought process is, I think it seems much cooler to have some furniture and booths, if you will, spread out a little bit more where all them tables, and I think it's more spacious. If you want to add in a 360 booth, that might be tight in your venue because you have all these people and not enough tables. So I think it allows you to do more.
Right.
There's some people that love a venue that might be a 175 max for a seated dinner, but they could make 200 work if only 10 tables are there and there's just some, high tops or some furniture, etc. I think that this is something that could be talked about so much.
Yeah.
Where, again, and anyone listening, we both love the comments of people's experiences, opinions, because going back to what we just said, we didn't know this was a thing down south.
Right.
So, I've done a couple weddings in and out of the country, nothing in the South America, not South America, but Southern America.
Southern America?
Southern America?
I think that works.
In the South.
South America
in
might be a whole
America,
nother
yeah.
place.
I've never done anything in South America either, for the record. But the countdown's on. I think it's like 17 days going to Punta Cana for a wedding. Can't wait.
Love it.
But to finish this conversation about the no dinner, the more we talk about it, the more I see people comment, the more even my own personal friends share their thoughts and experiences. I think more people like it than don't, the concept. Now,
No, we should have did.
What?
I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're
And
good.
this could stay in. I think it's still fun. We should have took a couple comments from that one, read them right here, and then linked them in. It would have been kind of funny. Like, hey, this person,
I
So we
like
got
it.
so many comments.
I like it.
We keep commenting. You might make it into the pod.
Literally. So it really comes down to this. A lot of people made comments like, well, I'm not giving my normal gift.
Right.
I'm not getting dinner.
And we kind of knew that. We anticipated that when we first talked about it.
We did say that in the beginning. The more I thought about it, I don't know how much. There's definitely different numbers involved. I did ask a vendor friend this after we posted it, and he said it's slightly cheaper, but not massively.
Because you're going to have a massive spread. Those tomahawks in that video were amazing. It's not like you're giving out trash just because it's hors d'oeuvres.
Right. It's not just
it's not the word
blanket,
right.
It's like
it's
literally
the best of the best,
right.
Hors d'oeuvres you get to the point where it's more than an hors d'oeuvre.
And someone another comment.
A lot of people were like, I like the cocktail party food better than I like the dinner.
A lot of people mention that. And here's the thing. When you go to a place that has such a spread for the cocktail aspect, you get to browse everything, if you will, before you decide what you want to eat. When you go to a wedding, if it's not a buffet, you have chicken or fish, and you don't know how good that chicken is or that. You can literally see the food in front of you at the cocktail hour to kind of get a visual of do I like this or not?
Exactly.
Again, there's so many variables that come into play. I just think there's definitely going to be a market for this as we move into the Gen Z era of weddings, if you will. Anyone that watched us, I just realized that I am a millennial, and now I'm going to start talking shit on the younger generation of Gen Z because it's a long day over here.
We're not talking bad about them. I'm
just kidding. Just kidding. I love you all.
All right. Before we end the show, I just want to let you know that behind your back, I went and did something. I'm not ashamed, but
okay.
I wrote down the top 10 songs from weddings from this year, just to kind of go over it, just because I feel like we should do the top 10. What?
Stop it.
What?
We're in a computer.
Why?
You're lying. I wrote down my top 10 favorite songs of weddings in 2025.
No way. We're in a computer, bro. So should I read first?
Nobody told you this.
No. Should I read them first? Or
okay. People of America, South America, if you will, in the South. Southerns, all of them. Is this in America? Is this in the Northeast? Is this, you just Googled top 10 wedding songs?
Exactly.
In 2020?
I'm assuming it's America.
I'm going to guess that not one song is on my list.
All right, you want me? How do we want to do it?
I want you to go first.
I read them all, then you read them
Yeah,
all.
yeah. Start with 10, I guess, to 1.
So this is how they ranked them. Number 1, 24 Karat
Bruno
Magic.
Mars.
Yeah.
I think everything by Bruno Mars in 10 years is going to be my son again saying, we're never playing Bruno Mars at your wedding, just like I say, we're not playing We Are Family and Sweet Caroline. So, but go ahead.
There was a pretty nice We Are Family mix we had the other day going. But they requested
Not a fan.
Shut Up and Dance.
On the same list.
Yeah. Dancing Queen. Classic. Might never go out. I don't know if it can ever go out.
I think it went out for a long time.
Right, but now it's
I think
like
it
back.
came back, and now it's definitely strong again. It's okay.
Mr. Brightside. I think it only works for certain weddings, though. There's certain people that they have to have it played. Other people are like, I don't know.
I've probably said this on the pod before, and we talk a lot at this point. Mr. Brightside is probably one of the most cliche wedding songs in 2020s, but I'm still here for it.
Yeah.
I still get hyped for it, and I'm not ready to put it to bed yet. I'm still here for that one. So
I think it's just certain weddings have that like emo niche that
I can almost put that on my like
it's not there now.
No. But
September. That went out, came back, went out. It probably goes in and out. Like
I'm okay for it. Okay.
I want to dance with somebody.
Keith, you told me I'm not allowed to say it.
Don't say it.
I hate it. I hate it. I absolutely hate
told you not to say
I know.
Dislike it?
I dislike it.
Hey Ya. I haven't heard that in a long time at a wedding.
Hey Ya reminds me of my childhood best friend John, and I just see him dancing with a shirt. I'll take Hey Ya.
I don't mind
half
it.
of the other ones that you
It's
said.
because it doesn't get overplayed that much
anymore.
anymore.
That's exactly what it is.
Levitating, Dua Lipa.
It's a good song. It's just weird that that's of the top 10, but go ahead.
If you go to our 360 booth, you're probably going to hear that. Nadine's like, I hear that song, and I think I'm getting ready for the 360. It's one of our main songs. Espresso.
That's just absolutely dumb.
Sabrina Carpenter.
That's just.
It's because she's
it's
popular
right now. Yeah. Okay.
I don't think that's going to last very long, but I mean, it's a good song. And Uptown Funk. Bruno Mars starts the list and ends the list.
No.
Out. Uptown Funk.
For me, of that list, Mr. Brightside. Let me see it.
Want to see the list?
Yeah. Mr. Brightside. Wow. Hey Ya, Levitating. That's
Rest or cut.
Yeah. Maybe September. Maybe. I mean, again, we still playing a lot of weddings, especially in September.
I was about to say recently it got played a lot.
All right. I'm gonna get so much heat for this, and I'm probably gonna need to have you do some like screen or some audio or some of this because this is just funny. So, ironically, we're going to start number 10.
Okay.
And this is probably the most unknown song for most people listening to this, unless you're over the age of 40 or you're from South Philly. And the song is called Babe We're Gonna Love Tonight by Lime. Any of my crew that's watching this right now are going to die laughing when they see this because I don't know why. I just always laugh and it cracks me up. And it's just a song that gets me hyped. So I don't expect most to know that.
I did not even know that song. If I heard it, maybe. But
listen, I'm gonna call Keith out because Keith didn't know an Akon song earlier today. So Paid. Get it into the sunrise.
Is it on the list?
Doing 90 into 65. No, I just can't believe you don't know that song. Number 9 on my list, Pursuit of Happiness remix.
Kid
Cudi, Steve Aoki remix, if you will. Again, just super high energy, crazy. Number 8 is Clarity. Number 7 is probably shocking that Starships by Nicki Minaj is something that just gets me hype at weddings. I don't know why. Number 6, I have Swag Surf. And if that doesn't just get you kind of going when you hear the song, come on. Number 5 is going to be one of them ones that's like, you have to know it to hear it, but it's a remix. It's Everybody, Booyah, Backstreet Boys. We'll have to find you that edit to throw that in there. Number 4, Friday, Nightcrawlers. It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday. You know it.
I got
3, classic, Show Me Love, Robin.
Yeah.
Big fan. Number 1 and number 2 have probably been up there for me since they came out. And I wrote the years down next to it too. And they're going on 16 years old.
Oh,
Both 2010 drops. Number 2.
still younger than my children. Go ahead.
Number 2, Baby, Justin Bieber.
Luda.
Ludacris, yes. And number 1 is just, again, my guys will probably all know this, that every time I hear No Hands at a wedding, Waka Flocka, it just pumps me up and I'm just ready to roll. So that's my top 10 of 2025. Hopefully we're still thriving on this pod a year from now, and I'm going to do it again in 2026.
Anybody out there, what's your top 10? Right?
Yeah. Listen, actually, I love that idea. Feel free to throw your top 10 in the comments, in the chats. We want to hear your thoughts. But Keith, I think that's all we got for today's episode.
That was a good one. I like it.
I'm excited. Happy Halloween.
Episode. Definitely.
And
get ready for Thanksgiving. I love that holiday.
no, I don't care. Thanks for coming and hanging out, guys. We'll see you at the next one. Later.